Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most complex and urgent topics of our time, the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine, and how President Vladimir Putin might derail the current peace negotiations between the two countries. Peace talks are crucial for ending this devastating conflict, but there's a lot at stake, and certain actions could bring those efforts to a halt. Let's break it down. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has caused immense suffering, with thousands of lives lost, millions displaced, and much of the region's infrastructure destroyed. The world has been watching as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and Western nations try to push for peace, while Putin's Russia remains in a position of defiance. So, could these peace talks come to a standstill? The answer is more complicated than you might think. So, how could President Putin derail the peace process? Let's take a look at some key strategies and actions that could sabotage any chance of lasting peace. First up, Putin has consistently denied Ukraine's sovereignty, claiming that Ukraine is historically part of Russia. For any peace agreement to succeed, Russia must recognize Ukraine as a free and independent nation. If Putin continues to reject this fundamental truth, peace talks could fail before they even start. This denial of Ukrainian sovereignty is a huge roadblock to any real negotiation. In the past, Putin has refused to even entertain the idea of Ukraine's full independence, which undermines the very foundation of a peaceful settlement. Now let's move to the next point. Another way Putin could derail peace talks is through military escalation. We've seen it time and time again. Just as talks start to heat up, Russia could intensify its military operations in Ukraine. This kind of escalation would send a clear message to Ukraine and the world. Russia is unwilling to negotiate in good faith and will continue to impose its will through force. Whether it's more bombing of civilian areas, targeting energy infrastructure, or even deploying more advanced weaponry, these actions make peace seem like a far-off dream. Of course, there's also the possibility of using threats to manipulate the situation. Putin has, on several occasions, hinted at using nuclear weapons or other strategic pressures to make the West back off and force Ukraine to accept terms that favor Russia. The mere mention of nuclear escalation is enough to cause concern, and many fear that Putin could use this as leverage during peace negotiations. The idea of the nuclear card could prevent serious talks or make Ukraine hesitant to negotiate in good faith. Threatening the use of weapons of mass destruction or even just the fear of escalation could lead to a deadlock, where Ukraine and the West are unwilling to sit at the table for fear of further risks. Then there's the issue of internal political pressure. Putin is under constant pressure from hardliners within Russia who oppose any compromise or peace talks. These individuals see the invasion as a path to reassert Russia's dominance in the region, and they would view any peace deal as a betrayal. If Putin caves to internal political pressures, it could derail peace efforts and set back the negotiation process significantly. These hardliners want victory at any cost, and their influence could make Putin reluctant to pursue real peace talks, especially if he fears losing political support at home. Lastly, we can't ignore the role of